Hello Rotarians. Thank you Marge for inviting me to speak today, and thank you to my mom for my introduction. My name is Jackie Newell and I'm from Cape Elizabeth, Maine. I'm sorry that I'm unable to be there today, but I currently live in Mendoza, Argentina. I work for a winery, and with grape harvest on the horizon, it is impossible to make the trip home. I have been living in Argentina since March of 2015. I arrived with a Fulbright scholarship to teach English, and I taught at La Universidad de Cuyo for 9 months. During my time, I made an effort to completely immerse myself in the culture of Mendoza. When I studied abroad in Spain in 2011, I didn't do it right. Sure, I traveled and I spoke Spanish, but I spent all my time with students from the US. When I arrived in Mendoza, I decided I wasn't going to let that happen again. I completely isolated myself in order to immerse myself. Now, it sounds pretty intimidating, and it was. But here in Mendoza, I lived with an Argentine woman. I spent lots of days in cafes eavesdropping. I joined a group of women who drink tea and do community work, and I joined a running group. Now, the running group is probably what's helped me develop the most. I traveled with a group of 50 runners to the biggest half marathon in all of South America. I trained for my first marathon, and I organized a caravan of cars to road trip over the border to Chile. I think I can confidently say I'm fluent in Spanish now. Being in Argentina has been a really unique experience, and I can honestly say I haven't loved every second of it, but it's the people that pull me through. Lately, I've been thinking a lot about what it means to be good. And not great, not a superhero, but just good. Here in Argentina, people will say that someone is muy bueno. They're very good. And it's true. The people in Argentina are very good. But what does that even mean? Even in English, I find myself describing people as good. And it's not that they're particularly good at anything, they're just good. Now, I knew I had promised Marge that I would speak to you all today, so I started to think about this idea of being good, and I came up with 3 things: good people, good deeds, and good fun. And as I thought it through, I began to reflect on my own experiences with the Rotary and how these experiences fit into these 3 ideas of good people, good deeds, and good fun. First, good people. When I was 15, my Girl Scout troop took a trip to Alaska as a final hurrah before disbanding. I continued on as a Juliet, an independent Girl Scout. I sold cookies by unabashedly bringing my cookie sheet to the cafeteria at the high school, and I schmoozed all of the parents at high school athletic events. But selling cookies isn't the point of Girl Scouts, and I began to miss the idea of this community I had had. When I was 16, I attended the Rotary Youth Leadership Awards, RYLA. I have 3 distinct memories from that event. The first is meeting strangers, other students, who I trusted enough to do my very first trust fall. Second, meeting my friend Lissy, who I would go on to play against in field hockey for the rest of my high school career, and we lost to her team every time. And third, learning about Interact. 9 years ago, my mom took me to South Portland High School to shadow their Interact Club, to learn about how it worked, what they did, and how I could bring it to Cape Elizabeth. Now, this is where I want to say thank you to my mom. Not only was she schlepping me around to school and to ice rinks all across New England, she was helping me create the Interact Club. She made brownies for every meeting and patiently waited with me as we hoped students would come to the meetings before school. She was the creative genius behind Interact and still is. She taught us all about good deeds and has now kept it going since I've graduated. So thanks, Mom. Good deeds. Although I'm not a Rotarian, the Rotary has had a presence in my life for many years. For as long as I can remember, my family has been lucky enough to have a Christmas tree, and we always get it from the Rotarians, who are spending long, cold hours outside in the snow at Mill Creek Park. I have seen their work in and outside of our community. When my parents came to visit me at Susquehanna University for Parents Weekend, they found the option on the SU website to stay with a local Rotarian family. Now, naturally, knowing the nature and character of Rotarians, they jumped at the opportunity. The Hughes family served us pancake breakfasts and showed us a view of Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania from beyond my small college campus. They helped me connect with my community through their good deed. Good fun. In 2013, when I graduated from college, I went on to work for Sigma Kappa sorority as a leadership consultant. My job consisted of traveling across the country to different universities to work with different undergraduate students. One of my favorite aspects of my job was working with the young women to organize community service events and creative philanthropic events. Now, having previously served as the Vice President of Philanthropic Service for my own chapter, I used many ideas from my Interact days. When different chapters would ask me what ideas they could have for a fundraiser or new innovative ideas, I would always recall different activities that we did with Interact. For example, Valentine's for the local nursing home. Sigma Kappa's philanthropy is gerontology after all. Christmas caroling, soup kitchen visits, and small deeds to brighten the days of others. Through my experiences with the Rotary, I have been able to find a creative outlet while serving my community. Whether that community is in Maine or Argentina, I always get excited at the idea of volunteering and doing something good. Now, I'm still not sure that there's one single way to describe someone or something that's good, or muy bueno, but I know what it means to me. Not only that, but being a member and a founder of the Interact Club helped me gain confidence. Sometimes we would spend the whole morning waiting with my mom's freshly baked brownies to see if anyone would attend the meetings. And at first, no one did. But we kept going. And it was amazing. It was great to see how it grew. And in the end, my mom helped me receive my Girl Scout Gold Award. That being said, I want to say thank you to you all for the work you're doing in your communities and helping students in your communities have the opportunities to be good people, to do good deeds, and to have good fun. Because I know I certainly benefited from the Rotary's influence in my time. Thank you.